All right, Kenman here. Today we are completing the second custom job on a mini pyrite. That is correct. This is the first one that I did. I added the laser mark to the scales here, just a subtle kind of a S pattern. I really dig it. It doesn't stick out too much, but it looks really cool. Nice little detail. I love bigger knives, and I've really been getting more interested in these smaller ones. They just work great. These mini pyrites feel really good in the hand, and I enjoy it. I had to get a second one. So finish that first one up, and here's number 2. Let's check out how it worked out. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. All right, so even though these are both the same kind of handle, they have a different cover, a surface, you know, the green and the blue. When you do a laser mark, every single thing that's different about a chunk of metal can yield a different result with a laser. So I did a few tests. If you look at these right here, I did the first one, this lighter one over here. I thought it was a little bit thin, so I thickened it up, and I increased some power, changed the velocity a little bit. You kind of adjust the parameters of the laser to kind of dial it in for each material that you use. Then I ended up, that was the last one that I got. It was a nice white line. It was the thickness that I wanted and looked really good, so I decided to go with that. And the finished product, boom. What do we think? Well, the green one, like I said, was subtle. This is not subtle. This one sticks out quite a bit. Gonna be fun. Let's put it back together. We can look at it when it's complete. All right, so let's see if I can make this work. All right, so we're gonna start with this here. Get that in. We have to put the blade. All right, so there is a captive pivot. There is a detent on this one here that slides through that one there that keeps it from spinning. So I've got the flat side down. I know it's kind of far away. It might be harder to see, but my hand's kind of getting in the way here. I'll do my best. The button notches in like that, and so that the blade can swivel around through that groove. So you have to put them on at the same time. This is the spring. So I'm going to put the spring in that spot. And then, careful, I'm going to kind of put these next to each other and then drop them in at the same time. So that they're kind of, what did I do? Oh, I lost the bearings. Alright, so the blade dropped in before the button did, so the button was not fitting into. There we go. Alright. Hope that holds for a moment. Living on the edge. Snappity snap. Alright. I'm going to try to slide this, pick it up as a unit. It looks like I got that in there. But this did not go because I have to twist this captive pivot to get it to the right position so that it drops. Come on. Why won't that? Button locks are always a little bit more of a pain. They don't want to drop in correctly. There we go. Looks like it's working correctly. I'm going to still go ahead and just drop a couple of screws in there. I'm not going to tighten them down completely. You have to be careful when you put a knife back together so that everything is straight and the blade is centered nicely. So it was a T8 for the pivot, and it's T6s for everything else, which is fairly common in the pocket knife world. Be nice if they were all T8s. Basically, the 6s are a little bit smaller, so you can bump a thread a little bit easier, and it's just you have to pay a little bit more attention when you tighten them, and the bits wear out faster as well. Okay, before I tighten stuff down, we're just going to make sure, boom, everything works properly. I am not going to put the pocket clip back in yet. I left the pocket clip off of this one, and I kind of like it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pocket clip screw on this side. Grabbing the wrong screwdrivers. Get that going in there, because we still need to hold the knife together. So I'm just going to put these screws in that bottom hole like we normally would. Like I said, I haven't tightened everything completely down yet. Kind of keeping it all a little bit loose. Now that we've got everything together, I'm going to kind of squeeze the spring on the button so that it's not putting any pressure, and I'm going to then finish tightening that pivot all the way down. I'm not going to crank it down, but I tightened it all the way down. Okay. Make sure that's just nice and okay. Yeah, what is wrong with this one? I need to fix that one. I don't even need that. All right, now I'm going to go back around, and I'm going to bring all these just to snug, but not super tight. And then once they're all snug, then I'm going to go back around and then give them the final little tight, just to kind of make sure it stays evenly tightened all the way around. Is it necessary? Maybe not, but you know, you get into a habit of doing things and you like the way you do it. And okay, so now can we loosen this? Or wait, is it this side? That's still solid. There we go. We are complete. I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to just leave that pocket clip. Comment below, what do you think about these? Do you like them? Do you have one? Do you think my custom jobs look cool, or they look dumb? They make them look more like gas station knives. Do you think me not putting the pocket clip back on is a good idea, bad idea? Comment below, I'm interested. Oh, look at these, huh? Custom Pyrite, Mini Pyrites. Okay, you have had your time in the sun. This is the one. Ooh. You can, and the laser mark, you know, it does add a very, very slight texture, just enough that you can kind of feel it. It's there, though. You can definitely feel it. Just has a little bit more rough than just that smooth coating. You can kind of feel it, which is nice. I enjoy that. All right. What's everyone think? Too wild? Perfect? Tell me what you feel about it. Let's wipe this off. Make it look good. So when I take knives apart for this, or for when I do the die job or anything like that, a lot of times you end up wiping it down a lot and cleaning it off, and then it loses some of the oils that it has on it. I have a little KPL oil that I use, and so every time I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and start doing it more regularly when I put it back together. I like to add that little oil back to it. You don't have to add much. You can always add a little more. If you add too much, you just got to end up wiping it off as it kind of comes out onto the blade a little bit. But yeah, get that in there. Kind of move the blade back and forth a few times. Sit on the couch, watch a TV show or a movie or something, and just kind of break it in. and then that oil will kind of move its way around. You can see it's not opening fully every time. I don't really have, there's a fail, don't have too many complaints about the Mini Pyrite. Like I said, I like it so much, I ended up buying another one pretty fast. But there is an occasion I notice where you get a little bit of a fail like this, where you don't, maybe it's the size of the button's a little smaller, and I have big chunky hands, but sometimes I get like opens like that where it isn't quite open all the way, or closes where it doesn't quite close all the way and it'll stop like right there. They're both pretty new, so I haven't had a chance to really break them in too much yet. So I have a feeling that that'll get better, but you can see I just did that. And there's nothing that bugs me more than using a knife and then it doesn't open or it doesn't close all the way. I mean, yeah, every once in a while you're going to fail. You're going to go like this and your finger will slip or something like that. Or, you know, you're trying to, it's not working, see? This one, I was getting the thumbs to work pretty good. Maybe I'm just nervous on camera. You know, I'm so nervous, I just need to impress everyone. And no, I'm not afraid to fail on camera here, but oh, dueling Mini Pyrites. Anybody comment below, did you see it when I did the dueling Pyrites back in the day? See? Just, it's not a big deal. These are great little knives, but if they would just drop perfect and open perfect, I mean, I'm gonna break them in. I'm not denying their quality, but I think it could be a little bit smoother on the pivot. I mean, these are good knives, but if you got, you know, you got your regular Pyrite, yeah, it's bigger. But it's a fantastic knife. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I didn't show you guys when I took this one apart, but I've got a bunch I'm going to be taking apart. I'll be making some videos here and there. Comment below if you want to see every single little thing, or you don't mind when sometimes I just do some of the dirty work off camera. Let's get a nice glamour shot here. That'll be the thumbnail maybe. Give it away. Wow. I think it turned out pretty even too. If you look at this screw, there's half or a little less than half a diamond coming out of the top. Cut off the part of the diamond right there. Go to the other side. Almost centered, half of one going up. One of the four sides of the diamond kind of cut off. This one goes right into the edge of it. This one comes right into the edge of that. The screw kind of cuts that one right up. Almost perfectly even on both sides. You got that one coming off the corner and a little teeny bit and part on the bottom there. That one on the corner, a little teeny bit and a part off the bottom. Again, you can't really see both sides at the same time, but when you do have a certain angle like this, you see everything kind of lines up. That's what I was trying to do my best. Because that's the thing, is when you have this pattern, you can't see that whole pattern. You're just seeing a rectangle where that pattern is going to go. So when I'm setting this in there, lining it up, it's not always a perfect way to get it on there. And so I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I want it to look as good as I possibly can. Comment below, what does everyone think of this? Do they like this one? Who wants it? Should I keep it for myself? Yeah, tell me anyone who has had these for a while and got them broken in, do they have less of these when this happens? Have you seen this has happened probably 10 times now? Or I think it just could be the pads of my fingers and this button. God, kidding me? It's the same size. Yeah, so I can't really say much about size difference or anything. I don't know, maybe it just seems... Anyway, I'm going to go on and on about absolutely nothing here. We're just sitting here. But, oh God, come on. I just want to get a couple good openings. But the choke up spot on this knife is fantastic. I really, really enjoy these, even though they're giving me a little frustrations with the opening. But I just have a feeling that's just a break-in period. I don't know. I was going to say that the green one was my favorite, and I wanted to keep that one for sure, but this blue one. Yep. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more. Also just got accepted into the partner program on the YouTube, so I've got my memberships and things set up. So if you guys are interested in supporting, by no means do you have to. You can just continue to watch videos at your own will and leisure. You don't have to give me anything. That's fine. But if you are interested, you can check it out. New stuff coming on the channel soon. A lot of fun. Like I said, hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more. It helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.